Oh shit, they're back in court.
Okay.
Jeez. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Amy, Gemini. Who else? Watermelon. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. TT. Michelle. Good morning, everyone. That air is blowing today.
You sure you hold it?
They're doing another sidebar? What the fuck? Come on, man. Yeah, I'm looking a hot mess today. I don't care. Good morning, Paisley. Good morning. You're okay. It is. It is. I don't see no pink like the people that were outside. But it's and I don't know if it's always been like that. They just showed a bigger view of the gallery. I didn't realize like where the parents always sit. There's another section after there's a space where the doors are when the people walk in, and then there's that I think 1 row or 2 rows along the wall. Might be more than that. I don't know, but yeah, it's
All rise, please.
definitely a lot of people there today. Aw. Thank you, Watson. Good morning. Good morning, blah, blah, blah. Is Jill not live? Thank you for the heart on. Oh,
Yay. All persons having anything to do before the Honorable William Sullivan, Justice in the Superior Court, now sitting before the Commonwealth. Ron here, give your attendance and you shall be heard.
Doing the walking live today, so field trip. Let's go.
Please be seated.
Sorry I've missed your lives. I've seen your invites. I'll get over there.
The Commonwealth is represented by Assistant District Attorney Jennifer Sprague and Assistant District Attorney Sheila.
My 18 plus, yes. Good
morning, everyone. What you do is, I was looking for my little cheat sheet about the questions. I thought you could probably say them along with me at this point, but let me ask them to make sure everybody's able to follow those instructions.
Wow, that air is cold. Hold on, I gotta go get a sweater.
Seen, heard, or overheard anything from any source that would affect your ability to be a fair and impartial juror. Next question: is there any other serious matter or concern bearing on your service as a juror? In this case, anybody needs to bring to my attention. Again, as always, thank you for following those instructions. Now, what the schedule for today is that I would expect a longer day. All right, similar to some of the days we had earlier this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to return to the defendant, who's going to call their next witness, and that witness is going to be testifying by Zoom or over the monitors that you're going to have here.
Another Zoom.
Earlier witness, I think, would also testify that way. And so the delay we had coming in here was just setting that up. Should be all set. They kept me away from all the technology, so I think it should be working pretty well.
It's chilly out this morning.
And so, and then at that point, we'll see what we'll deal with after this witness, and then we'll go on from there. Okay? All right. Thank you. Mr. Reddington?
Judge. Who's going to turn it on? Okay. Thank you.
Feminism caused this. The fucking chat is wild. Yeah, perfect day to walk. Yeah, perfect day probably to get some shit done in the yard, too.
Would you please raise your right hand, sir?
Oh, jeez. Classy's gonna love this. Where's Classy at? Listen.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony of the
this kid is.
to the court and the jury in the matter now pending between the Commonwealth and the defendant of the shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, some of these comments are wild. Some of them are like, ooh, that's plausible. Just saying. He can't hear. Oh my God, they got somebody who don't know how to work Zoom to be zooming. He ain't hearing shit. He ain't hearing
Okay, I think I've got it.
Okay, oh shit.
But it's a little hard for me to hear you on your end. If you could keep your voices up, please.
Turn the volume up.
Yes, please.
Please raise your right hand one more time. You solemnly swear that the testimony and the evidence you shall give to the court and the jury in the matter now pending between the Commonwealth and the defendant at the bar shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
He froze.
Oh my God.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I am able to hear you now.
She might be proving a point about Zoom calls.
All right, that's right.
All right, counsel.
Good morning, Doctor. Will you tell us your name in a loud voice so that we can all hear you and spell it for the record?
Philip Resnick, PhillipResnick.
And where do you live, sir?
I didn't know you were here.
Where do you live? Can you hear me?
You froze up. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh my
Where do you
God.
live?
I live in the Cleveland, Ohio area.
So this is a delay. Like if I ask a question, there's like a 2 or 3 second delay for your answer. So that's a little difficult, but we'll try to get through.
Yes, blah, blah.
Can you tell us what you do for work, sir?
Let's go, Watson.
Yes,
got
I'm a
this.
forensic psychiatrist.
And first off, the reason that you are not appearing here today in court Is that because you have had recent unexpected major surgery regarding an illness, and as of last week, you've now been released from the hospital and you're at home?
I was discharged from the hospital Tuesday night, and there was a recommendation that I not fly for the next few days.
Okay, so you did intend and had
You
tickets to
drove.
come here and testify, but obviously the court
You
has
coulda fucking
accommodated us
drove.
with a Zoom.
Cleveland to wow, I guess that is a long
okay.
drive. Never mind. Let me shut up.
Have you worked on this case with Lindsay Clancy at my request, sir?
Yes, I have.
I can't.
Can you tell the jurors your educational and professional background, please?
Yes, I have a bachelor's
True
in
that, nature.
psychology
True that
from
nature.
Western Reserve
Now,
University.
can't. Nope.
No, it's really low and it's.
No.
I
Choppy.
graduated high school.
Hold on for
Done.
a second. We're
Move
having
on.
technical difficulties.
Move on to another witness. This is in person.
Side, please.
Sidebar. Sidebar. Yeah, that you can't follow that. Ain't no way. Have him as your last witness. I don't know. Oh, God. He got expert doctors. Yes, next please. Good morning. How you doing? You know, while they're sidebarring, I'm gonna touch base on some TikTok shit. Emerald, you said that I think about that other girl just like I do IO. Y'all had fun during that IO drama. Every fucking last one of yous over there had fun with the IO drama. I wasn't, and not all the time was fun for me. I did fuck with him, but let's not act like, oh my God, she's talking about him again, or oh my God, here he comes again. Y'all had fucking fun. Some of y'all had too much fucking fun with that shit. So, just saying.
It's like in the old days when you were watching TV, the little sign used to come up and say technical difficulties.
And you had a lot to say about girl, too,
So
back in my
what we're
chat
gonna do is we're gonna take
2.5
a break
years
and have-
ago. So
You
shut
know
the
more
fuck
about
up.
this than I do. To kind of readdress.
There, I went a little
this,
manic.
all right,
My fault.
To see if we can
Fucking
have a
Friday.
smoother presentation, so you're able to follow and listen to the testimony without.
I did that for
broken up
financial
and talk.
gain. What
All
are
right,
y'all
so
fuckers
I'm gonna
doing
ask
now?
Well, I hope it's a short.
Fuck outta
a
here.
short break. But that's the goal is to get this in a manner that is easier for you to hear and absorb this information.
Fuck another
So we're gonna take a
break.
short break, I hope, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. All right, thank you.
All rise, please.
Oh
Jurors
my
exiting.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, when I went over to his lives, I didn't even let anybody fucking know I was going over there. I'd hop in a box and I'd get the fuck out, and then you'd realize that I was over there back then, right? Yeah. If I did that to him, why'd you do what you did to Nicole, y'all? Just saying. Yeah, I got
So
into
we
his box a
short
lot of
recess.
times, a few times.
Yep. We kind of see if we get this working again, and we'll be out as soon as that's.
He got that clout.
Good. All rise.
They back? No? Break. She is the best cheerleader. Don't worry, Emerald. I don't have two thoughts, rarely, but yeah, I did see your comment yesterday. So, girl, but yeah. Excuse me. You see how quick that other one has a. At first, oh, I believe you. Now, this fucking bitch. Because of who you sitting near. That's all right, though. Listen, everything works out the way it's supposed to. You know that, right? Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Yep. Things come full circle. Oh, my. Homegirl proved my point again. And here's me. I don't want to throw it in their face. Bitch, you just made a point for me. You don't even see it. I can't believe some people ain't even seeing some points that are being made and be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look, and this speaking of points made, in this case, which is odd to me, that prosecution said, well, there was no testimony that the bands were knotted. Your witness said that he went in and untied them. So did your witness lie? He didn't go back to. I didn't miss that part. I don't even know if he went back to that. Aww. Baby. Yeah, I don't know. If I knew I was having them thoughts, I would say, get me away from my kids. Get me away from my fucking kids. Oh, my. Shit, we're going to be kid-free tomorrow night. I don't know. Here's me. I want to go do something. Even if it's going to just go shoot a game of pool. Neither one of us drink, so it's just about the food and pool. Ooh, I should see if his buddy's band's playing anywhere. Maybe my old man will hop up on the stage and play a few with his old band. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to go see if his band's playing. Usually bands play on Saturday nights. Good morning. court is on pause. I'm doing shit. It's Friday. I slept. I don't know. I slept. Oh my. Ugh. What is that? I sure did for my daughter till she was better, and we'll do it again. Yeah. I moved out at 17. 2 months after my daughter, 2 months after my daughter was born. Got my first apartment. Signed my lease at 17. That's how I got out of that lease when I got into the projects. And then I lived there for about a year and a half, and then moved to Youngstown, Ohio. That was a total fucking utter disaster. Got pregnant with my second daughter, or with my second baby, and had a bunch of trauma up there happen. It's where life flashed before your eyes moments first occurred. My first memory of a life before flash before your eye moments. That's when the bar incident happened. That was wild. And then I was in a car accident, came home to my mom's to recoup for a week. It was the day of Britt's second birthday. And went back to my apartment to clean, move, and all my shit was gone. And then lived with my mom for almost a year, gave my baby up. And then I moved into a little project again. That's when things started, yeah. I've never told, I mean, I've told my story here, but not my whole, like, I tell tidbits here and there. And a couple years ago, I did a lead on live. But, hey. I look back at it all, and I thank God that I'm here. And I thank God that my children all have the lives that they have. And have followed the paths that they have followed. I know back then I felt like a monster, and I don't feel like that today. At all. But, do I have my, yeah. And, for the record, if I did relapse, it ain't none of the fucks out here on TikTok land's business. That would be first business of me and my sponsor and my fucking we. And then it would be my business to share it and to go up and get a white key tag or whatever the process is of that to do. Just saying. Yeah. Listen, I knew a girl that was ran from the hospital while as soon as her baby crowned. She ran from that hospital and was running down the street. Poor the grandmother baby of the baby that's about to be born was chasing her. Nurses, it's scary. My friend was scared. She was telling me that she was just. I was like, oh my Lord, what? Oh my God. And if there's not a support system, like she has a wonderful support system. There's not a support system, then you gotta find one. That might not be family. Sadly, some people don't know what it is to have that family that loves and supports them. You know what I mean? You know, when I was working with that Rose and Brady, Rose was definitely a victim. She had no outside, nobody else. Oh, for sure. For sure. You gotta let that hate go in one ear and out the other, though. That's a hard thing to do. But when you're raised with drunks, you learn how to, you know what I mean? You learn how to let shit go in one ear and out the other. You learn a lot of stuff. You learn how to read between the lines. You know? I'm fine. No, you ain't. Fine is fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. I learned real quick not to say I'm fine. And then I would be like, I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. What do you fucking think? I know I said I'm fine. I'm fucked up. Like, seriously. But be like, I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm gonna be alright. Like, what are we talking about here? Shit. But I'm not going to run down a list of my diagnosis. Crohn's, PTSD, TBI, now fucking menopause. What the fuck? I look for numbers. I don't really have the one, the T, and listen, I can't rattle off hybrid. I can't do a straight sativa and I can't do a straight indica. Indica at night though, go to sleep. I'll be in the couch. But I don't like sativa. Hybrid. It's a little bit of both. But I look at yes, indica definitely at night. The best thing that it was with the dispensaries and working with the doctors that I worked with. Because my one doctor, he was very invested in the first 3 years, and being part of a case study to get the discount at the first place I went to was very informative. As far as I walked in there and I had a consult and I said, "This is what I need and why." Every time I see Gretchen come in here, I want to cry. I think you're my friend Gretchen, but she's not here no more, so that can't be you, unless you're a ghost. And they never say hi. Yeah, menopause. Fuck menopause, man. But that case study, I learned the percentages. It don't have to be high THC. It's for the nausea, my ankle. It's not really. I don't really. My anxiety and my PTSD. I don't know. Yeah, fuck that menopause. But I haven't done anything this morning. I'm getting ready to though, and you can't tell. I don't get calm with my voice and stuff like that. You really can't tell that I'm, you know. I've not. I don't remember names and shit. And I go to the one that's. I used to go to the one over one town over, but and I don't. I have done edibles, but I don't do them no more. I did a brownie one time, and I'll never do that again because I don't know. You know what I mean? It's an indica. Yeah, I don't. And your names might be different than the names that I got. And then names, man, there's too many fucking names. I look at numbers. When I go, I look at numbers. And usually I get the same thing I get all the time. I got my stuff down to a real nice low budget. Because this shit's expensive. It's expensive. But the place I go got nice discounts. You buy 6 items and it's 60% off. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take 60% off. Fucking right, I will. Yeah. I had very good, you might go in there and not have somebody that ain't real educated. And then when I went in there, I don't like the secure of the room. That freaked me the fuck out, man. My first like 6 visits, I was get me the fuck out of here. Because it's a secure building. You gotta show a little thingy to buzz you in, then they gotta buzz you into the next one, right? Yeah, Rita. It helps you with everything. I'm good now. We're talking. I've had my medical card. I just got my 9th renewal. Yeah. And, I'm still in recovery. Yeah, I'm celebrating 20 years this year. But I went off all my pharmaceuticals. They're still not at court. I got off all my pharmaceuticals for my Crohn's and all my meds. All my meds. I wanted no pharmaceuticals anymore. If court is at 9, why do they not test? I don't know. Before they had him up, they should have had him ready to go and all check. Just like with the last one. Here's me. I think he's proven a point that fucking technology with seeing doctors behind a screen. You know what I mean? Even though I love it. Oh, shit. But I've been with my Crohn's doctor since 2010. I've been with my my primary. My primary I lost. He closed up, and I've been bummed since that. I kind of like my family doctor now, but he's not my original. My original just closed up shop. I don't know what the fuck happened. And yeah. I still ain't convinced she did it. She said she did. I asked somebody today, it's part of the civil case. And what that doctor or that last testimony, she testified that her kids are safe now. But plausible, very plausible that that elevated antipsychotic, him being in the fucking speakers. You know what I mean? Like, she woke up out of ICU and was told what she did. You did this. So what is she to believe? I did that? Can you imagine the gravity of that? Especially if you didn't have no recall of that night. Now she's claiming, then now I'm hearing there's claims that she recalled some stuff. I don't know. I had thoughts that the bedroom don't make no sense. It's like she was trying to get away. Or if she was that medicated on her, some things didn't make sense with his testimony. You called your wife from the CVC or whatever, the fucking drugstore, and she answered and it was quiet and you figured she was busy. But she was feeding the kids. You said he testified that they were eating chicken nuggets when he left. But then he assumed she was giving him a bath and it was quiet during bath time. But the first thing you thought when you walked in your house was it's quiet and that's odd. But it wasn't odd when she was on the phone with you that it was quiet. And after she told you what she said in the fucking kitchen. That's why that mom's there every day. That mom's been there every day for 3 years out of guilt. You can't tell me otherwise. I feel sorry for them babies. I would have ran. And then she would have been a bad mom for running. I didn't want my kids to see my dirty shit no more. I was hurting them, but not physically. Well, I mean, I probably did, but I was hurting them emotionally more. Yeah, the math ain't mathin'. It ain't. The timeline ain't mathin' up. The crime scene, the crime scene. It wasn't even a crime scene. The bedroom scene just don't make no sense. Hey, Care Bear. The bedroom scene don't make sense. The bedroom has never made sense to me. Ever. Ever. But you got all these doctors and police and lawyers and all that telling you that you did it. Same. Court is still in break. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The timeline for the baby to be resuscitated, they said that after so long he wouldn't have been able to. Timelines are off. I don't know. I used to work with somebody who thought every night that a man was climbing through her window. When I first started working there, I said, well, what do you guys do when the guy climbs through the window? Nothing. I said, you don't go upstairs, you just sit down here and listen to her? I thought that was awful. So my first late night, there she started. She was up there arguing with that dude, crying, screaming. I went up there and I beat the shit out of him. She giggled. I beat the shit out of that dude. I said, where's he at? She said, underneath my bed. I said, let me get him. And I don't know if that was the right thing to do. And the other one, his uncle used to torment the shit out of him. His uncle used to torment the shit out of him. And I went up and chewed out his uncle. I think that's why the clients trusted me, because, like, I might not have been hearing them voices, but they were. They were. They just wanted somebody to believe them. She got kicked out for smoking. I thought that was awful. That's what... I said, well, where's she going to go? They said to a hotel. I'm like, what? I went a different route home so I wouldn't have to go past that hotel because I wanted to stop every day. Still don't know what happened to her, because shortly after that I got jumped after a funeral and went on a mental health leave. And yeah, I went on a medical leave. Shortly after that, the one client attacked a lady, my favorite client too. They couldn't get his meds right. That's why I literally have been a patient and have met patients. I remember my first time on that floor. I met a guy and he wrote me a song, and and I looked at this song and it was scribble, scribble, God, scribble, 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 God, scribble, 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 God. And I was like, oh, thank you so much for the song, right? I ran into him after that. And I had probably seen him before that, but just didn't notice him, right? And after that, I see him over in this one town called Rochester all the time. He always played guitar and he had bandanas. Then I started seeing him in BF. And when I was out on the street, I'd sit on the corner where he'd be playing his guitar and just listen. And he never remembered me from the psych ward. I remembered him, though. He got to be well known in the area for standing and singing and playing his guitar, acoustic guitar on the street corner. Bandanas all down his leg, down his arms. And then he died. I forget his name. I held on to that song for a long time too. God, 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 God. Was that something from God that day? I wish I'd have seen or felt and got clean back then. some of the trauma wouldn't have happened. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Can't do shit about it now. I'll be right back. We're still waiting for court. The volume is up, so when they come back, you're going to hear it. Be right back. You know the game that I cannot stand right now, and everything in the last 11 years has run a cycle. Like he'll phase out of it. Right now we're in the roasting roasting times. Like dude, stop roasting me. Yeah, roasting. And they're roasting each other right now. Stop it, man. Like, what? Aww. Like, let's get out of that phase real quick. His dad started that shit, though. Where he at, speaking of that? Because he started that shit. I guess. But it's him and Dad. Fuck. I said, stop it right now. I'm leaving. I walk out. I ain't in it. I know, I guess. Yeah, well, his dad started that shit like about, I don't even know. When was that? It was funny that night. They was his dad, him, and his stepbrother were all roasting each other. And I was like, yeah. And I sat back and was on my phone. I was like, this ain't going to end well. Somebody's feelings are going to get hurt like really, really fucking quick. And we're still waiting for court. Court still ain't back. Mm-mm. Oh, shit. Wondering Jello just redeemed round glasses for the community army. Yeah, how are you feeling? Look, Mom didn't even ask that. I think, did you take today off? No, that's no phones. No phones. You had no phones. That's right. Did you take, but yeah. Thank you for the heart on. Now look, if you click on that, the drop down happens, scroll up. You can redeem all them things. Set a timer. It ain't shit. You get 20 points. I don't know if you see all that. Oh, well, you got a good sleep at least. It is really nice and windy and cool out here today. What is the temperature? Hold on. Let's put the thing on pause. Oh, it's not on pause. It's still playing. Temperature 70. I know I'm not trying to throw that in anybody's face because I know some people got, good morning, got temperatures of like scorching. And I'm so sorry for that. I really am. But, see, I'm sorry. I'm not weather shaming. I'm just stating my weather. And here is me wanting to move down south. I know. 69 here. See, she's cooler than me. Yeah, it's 70. It's 70 everywhere. Philadelphia, Cleveland, Erie, New Beaver, New Galley. I got Philly, so I know what her temperature is. Cleveland, baby mama. I should have said that out loud. Erie, bio. New Beaver, me. We get... Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I love fall. I love watching the leaves change. My hillside, and then it becomes a skeleton. And then it's ugly until Christmas, or till spring again. Unless blanket me with white stuff all year. Fill them trees up with snow all year long, and I'm good. Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we had a good summer. The slide didn't get utilized. It did May and all of June. July it started to fizzle out. August it hasn't been used at all. Actually, wait, let me see. Yeah, we got rain. I'm gonna. Oh fuck, man! I need some good last weather consistently. 70% chance Saturday and Sunday. I might be able to get it Monday. Oh, and all the fish are gone, Britt. Ben and Hannah came and got them yesterday. And we gotta take Grandma up there. Grandma wants to go see the property. She ain't been up there yet. We gotta take her up. No, I love the snow. I mean, the roads could be clear, but give me snow in the grass and then on the hillsides and in the trees. What's up, Bama? How are you? I know that. Oh, shit. Here's me. I had to look up at the clock. Aren't you at work?
You said, I'll take the snow not on the roads, I'll take it on the trees and in the grass. I'd rather take fall and fucking rain. You don't have to shovel rain.
Nah, fuck that rain.
I'd rather have rain. I mean, I'd rather just have fall and nice, cool weather. But, yeah.
You don't want to shovel.
I heard we're going to have a mild winter this year.
Listen, here's me. I would rather have a cold winter. Less bugs in the summer.
Oh, if I fucking hear you say about the cold winters since the bugs die, one more fucking year, I swear. Every fucking year. If it's cold, we won't have as many bugs and ticks. Reality check, we still get as many fucking bugs, okay? Okay? They're still hibernating and fucking doing it. The fuck? Fucking snow. Cold snow. Cold.
Yeah, we need a good cold winter.
We need a good snow. I mean, snow.
When we have a wild, I mean mild.
Then I know they don't get the diet.
Classy.
I know.
I ain't even. Don't you got a presentation?
Yeah.
When you have a mild winter, you're gonna complain about bugs from the start of fucking spring to the winter.
I didn't complain this year. I didn't complain last year. I don't complain about the bugs. You know why? Because that's what we do in Pennsylvania. We ain't got hurricanes. We ain't got we can't say tornadoes now because they fucking been popping up this year. We got it good over here, okay? We got it good in Pennsylvania.
We got mosquitoes the size of dogs. Yeah, mine aren't. Ours are little.
Yeah, no. The little ones are the ones that get you, okay? The little guys, but yeah, those big ass mosquitoes are fucked up. I don't like bugs.
When you hear people say the ticks are really bad, it's because they had a mild winter.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
though? Let's Google. I want to find out.
Google it, bitch. I don't can't help it. You're moody right now, sitting up in my box, fat checking my ass.
All right, Alexa.
Oh, now she's gonna ask Alexa.
Are there more ticks in a summer when there was a mild winter, or would it be the same? Watch me get fucking told.
Yes, a mild winter typically leads to more ticks in summer. Warmer winters let more ticks survive and start earlier, extending their active season.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean now the mother's show. Now the mother's here. My God.
Wait,
I'm here to help.
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
That's all. Bye. No, I mean that makes sense. It makes sense.
Catch you later.
But
bye.
Catch you later, she said. No, No, cool, whatever.
She's a dialysis.
Yeah. Did she pop in on accident?
I don't know. She's down there.
Oh,
I don't know. She's still here. Still. Why do I do that?
the fuck.
She's still here. Why do I do that? For real.
For real. Oh, you know it's serious. You know that it's serious when they say it double. You know, like it's raining. I don't know what comedian that was, but he was hilarious. You know, it's not a blizzard outside. It's snowing. I did.
Jennifer, do I know you?
You were right, Mom.
What? About the bugs? Told you.
Kiki said, now you have to say, you're right, Mom. You were right, Mom.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean,
I didn't say you were wrong. I just...
You were tired of hearing about it.
Tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, how long you been hearing about that?
Every summer, every winter. If I could have snow, I'd like a cold winter to keep the mosquitoes away in the summer.
It's not going to make them all go away, but it will be less. Like out here, I don't have a real big wasp problem. It's the flying animals the flying insects. I mean, I got spiders.
Flying animals, I can't.
The sweat bees, they're only bad for like a little bit. And then this year I had something new. I said, what the fuck? They were larvae from them damn whatever moths. I don't know.
Were they larvae, or were they just larvae?
That was larvae. I thought the shit was like that shit was falling from the sky, and I'm like, that shit's in the trees. Yeah, I had to run because that shit was coming out of the sky.
Flying animals, like you got flying.
I didn't mean flying animals. I was trying to skip over that. I ain't even taken my medicine yet.
I said, did I take mine?
I did. Never mind. I did take my medicine.
I commented on it, but you didn't hear it because you were still talking.
Oh shit. Flying bugs.
I went in somebody's live this morning thinking it was you. You were in some girl Jill or something.
Yeah. I got a message from blah 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 asking me to help her out with some camera situation or something. So I rolled in and I'd already rectified the camera situation, but they was on that like Clancy topic, so I hopped in for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw. Anyway, moving on because I only got a little bit. I was gonna go I need to cut the front grass and then cut the back again because
they're back.
Huh?
They're back.
This court is back in session. You may be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, excluding the jury.
Excluding.
Ready for the jury?
Yes. Fingers crossed.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Oh my God.
Did you read the news that said that that something's going on behind the scenes with how many times that they've sent the jury home early? They sent the jury home twice.
I mean, they're not sequestered. And if they're not needed, then they're not needed.
But something's going on. Like, why wouldn't they be needed?
I don't know.
I gotta go. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Feel better.
I'm leaving.
She has had this box sitting next to her for since that box has been sitting next to her for a hot minute.
All rise, please. You're entering.
Wonder what medication she's on right now. It has to be to where she's competent to stand trial. But
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and including the 18 jurors.
There's a lot of talk on this
Members of the
case.
jury, we're
And
going to
all.
give it another go. All
Who's
right.
trying to do the phone?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh my God. See, this is irritating the fuck out of me.
All right, doctor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Tell us again your name for the record, just and spell the last name.
Nope. Gotta go. Gotta go. He's echoing. Gotta go.
All
Oh
right,
my God.
and you're going to have to speak a little slower, only because of the, the microphone. Okay. Tell us your background, sir. I know you're a physician. Tell us your educational background and your work history.
I am a forensic psychiatrist, and I received a bachelor's degree in psychology in 1959 and a medical degree in 1963, both from Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. I then had a 1-month internship in a military hospital in Texas. And then I came back to University Hospital for Cleveland, where I completed my residency in psychiatry.
And do you have?
Go further?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, would you like me to?
Yeah, you can continue. I interrupted. I apologize.
Yeah. I have remained at Case Western Reserve University as now a full professor. And I've also become interested in forensic psychiatry, that is, that aspect of psychiatry which relates to legal issues, such as this case. And I initiated a fellowship in forensic psychiatry in 1979 and directed that for 40 years. I also served as director of the Court Psychiatric Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio for over 40 years.
Doctor, do you have board certifications as well?
Yes, I'm board certified in psychiatry, 1971, and board certified in forensic psychiatry, 1979.
Did you also have added qualifications in forensic psychiatry in 2014, 2024, and recertifications?
Yes.
And have you, without going through them, also had a number of visiting professorships?
Yes, I've had about 14 visiting professorships.
Now, doctor, this case involves what I guess is referred to as filicide, Fillicide, I believe. Did I spell that right?
Single L.
Single L, okay. Can you tell the jurors what that means?
Now, filicide is a parent killing a child, and it is a relatively infrequent phenomenon that occurs in the United States somewhere between 400 and 500 times a year.
And doctor, is it fair to say that you have, at least in the country, if not outside the country, the most experience in working on filicide cases?
I believe that's true. I have been personally involved in, I'd estimate about 80 cases where I was asked to evaluate mothers and fathers who had killed their children.
And a question that I have, doctor, is have you had occasion to work on cases that found themselves in court where you gave testimony either for the government or for the defense?
Yes, I have.
Let me just go through if I can. So let me just go through so we can cut to the chase. Did you work as an expert on the case of Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yes, I consulted with the prosecution in that case.
Did you also work on the case of what is referred to as the Unabomber, a fellow by the name of Kaczynski?
Yes, I was also a consultant to the government on that case.
Did you also find yourself consulting on the matter of, in Florida, the Commonwealth versus or the state versus Casey Anthony?
I was a consultant to the defense in that case, but I could not be helpful.
Did you also work on the matter of Andrea Yates?
Yes, I testified for the defense in both of her trials.
Did you also work on the case of what is known as the Aurora movie theater shooting?
Yes, I was a consultant to the prosecutor in that case.
Did you also work on the case involving the Oklahoma City bombing courthouse?
Yes. Again, I was employed by the government in that case.
And in addition to those cases, did you also, in your practice, consult with the defense as well as the prosecution on a number of homicide cases, many of which involve filicide?
Yes, I have.
All right. In the course of this case, sir, did I reach out to you and ask if you would assist me in evaluating Lindsay Clancy?
Yes, you did.
And can you tell the jurors when and for how long you would actually interview, whether it would be Lindsay, whether it would be third-party contacts? Just give us an idea as to how you evaluated her.
Yes, about 4 months after the crime, I did a personal evaluation of Lindsay and her parents to gain information, and I spent 3 hours interviewing her on that date.
And how long did you spend interviewing third-party contacts of her parents?
An hour and 50 minutes.
And this would be in May of 2023?
That's right.
Where did the interview take place?
The interview took place at Duxbury Hospital.
Would that be, is that a hospital facility that's a mental institution in the town or city of Tewksbury?
Tewksbury, yes.
And Lindsay actually came and was living in Duxbury at the time of the incident. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So can you describe for us, without getting into any statements that she made to you, tell us about the circumstances. How did she appear to you physically, and how was she able to answer your questions? Just tell us what her appearance was, her mood.
Yes. Well, first of all, at the time, of course, she had suffered major injury and was paralyzed. So that was the setting. So during the examination, she did not have control of the lower part of her body. During the interview, she appeared somewhat matter of fact, but at the time she was still grieving. The nurses told me that she was crying daily about the loss of her 3 children, and she was also medicated at that time. She was fully cooperative and gave me a detailed account of her recollections of the critical events.
Did you make an observation of her affect? Did she appear to have what you refer to as a flat affect?
Yes, she did have, or I would call it a blunted affect. That is, her emotions were not as you would expect. Her feeling tone was muted.
Muted? Is that what you said, muted?
Muted.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Doctor, in the course of evaluating this case, and again, in the interest of time, would you agree that you had a chance to review a number of items to assist you in your evaluation?
I reviewed extensive records in this case, both records referring to Ms. Clancy's mental illness, how how it developed, who her treaters were, and then also I was able to evaluate records after her conduct.
And that would include police reports,
Extensive police reports, yes.
grand jury testimony,
Yes,
photographs,
yes,
videos,
yes,
medical records from healthcare providers such as Dr. Tufts, nurse practitioner Gelada, and McLean Hospital.
yes,
Were you aware that she had also contacted suicide hotlines and went to a facility in Rhode Island, women and infants?
yes. I reviewed all those records.
So with all of that information, doctor, that you had access to, did you also have the opportunity to review any records from, let's say, the government's doctors, Dr. Helbrun, Dr. Mack, Dr. Satoff?
Yes, after I prepared my report, I was aware that there were 3 experts employed by the prosecution, and I was able to review their reports in detail also.
Okay. And your report is actually dated, you saw her in 2023, and you prepared your report ultimately after your evaluation in September. Do you know when the government's doctors' reports were available to you? Was that recently?
My recollection is that they did their evaluation about 3 years after the crime, and I had the opportunity to see her 4 months after the crime.
Now, did you also have occasion, sir, to see from Dr. Helbrun, government's doctor, psychiatric testing?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us, for example, was one of the results on the psychiatric testing a test that he administered for the government called the MMPI, or Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory Test?
That was a psychological test that he administered, yes.
And do you recall from reviewing records what the results were? Was she faking? Was she lying? Or was she telling the truth? And
the results showed no evidence of faking.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Where we at? They took a break for a second. I think somebody objected. a bolt, slide it all off. Wow. Unbelievable. I gotta go, y'all. He just made it. I can't believe he's got it at 5. He's got to be 5. 5 years old. He's 5. You gotta clean it up.
Okay, Doctor, I had asked you if you were aware that government's Dr. Halpern had administered the MMPI test and came to a conclusion as to whether or not Lindsay was telling the truth, faking, or exaggerating symptoms. And you relied on that test as a portion of your opinion. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell the jurors what the results of that test were, to your knowledge?
The summary, the results were that Lindsay Clancy had a tendency to minimize and did not have a tendency to exaggerate what she was saying in her own symptoms.
Did it also indicate that she was not, I think the terminology is faking or lying in her answers, but in fact was being truthful as best she could be?
Yes, although the test is a little more specific about symptoms rather than lying or not lying, but it did not suggest any evidence of faking symptoms.
Okay, and I'm sorry, that broke up. It did not suggest any evidence of what?
No evidence of faking psychiatric symptoms.
And then finally, one of the scales in that test is referred to as the K, I think from the books, the K scale or the lie scale. Is that correct?
Yes, that was not elevated.
Not elevated. Okay. Now, doctor, in your experience, do you have any particular subspecialty or interest in the concept of people that are malingering or faking in the forensic world? In other words, if it's a criminal case, if it's a workman's comp case where somebody's pretending their back hurts, things of that nature. Have you focused on that as a subspecialty or interest in your career?
That has been a major interest. I've actually written 46 articles or book chapters in this area. The first was 1984.
Wow.
And over the course of that, of course, new research comes out. So when I write a new edition of a book chapter, it would incorporate new material. So even though the chapter may go through 5 editions in a particular book, they're up to date, and the ones which were written earlier would no longer be the best basis for forming an opinion.
Now, for example, when you reviewed Dr. Helbrin's report for the government, did he refer to your articles?
He did refer to my research, yes.
And was that updated research or was it old research that he referenced?
He referenced older research.
So, can you tell us, Doctor, when you consider that you can, let me start over again. When you reviewed Lindsay's medical records, you also reviewed the psychopharmacology, in other words, the medications that Dr. Tufts and Gelada and all of these other doctors had prescribed to her during that period of time?
Yes, I did.
And have in mind your interview, the time that you spent with her directly reviewing all of the documents, all of the medical records, everything that we've talked about. And you're also aware from her, not specifically what she said to you, but you're aware of the circumstances from her recollection as to the killings that she told you. Is that correct?
Yes, as well as the journal she kept and other evidence of her thinking and symptoms as the time approached for the crime. on January 24th, 2023.
Okay. And you were also aware of her access to her cell phone, doing Google searches and looking up medications during that period of October, November, December, and January. You're aware of that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, in your opinion, sir, with your years of experience in the issue of filicide, working for just the government on a number of cases and the defense, and your evaluation of Lindsay, can you tell this jury your opinion as to whether or not at the time of the killings that she was suffering from a disease or defect that impaired her ability to substantially appreciate and or conform her conduct to the requirements of the law?
Well, sure. Let me begin with the issue of whether she had a mental disease or a defect. Ms. Clancy had a severe depression. There is a book called the DSM, or Diagnostic Manual, prepared by the American Psychiatric Association, which lists criteria for various diseases. So in the diagnostic manual, for example, one needs to have 5 out of 9 symptoms to make a diagnosis of major depression. And Ms. Clancy, as she approached the date of the crime, actually had 7 of the 9 symptoms and was severely depressed. So that, in addition to that, she had some earlier evidence of what's called a mild mania, and that fits together in what's called bipolar 2. So in other words, it's a type of bipolar illness where there is more frank depression, severe depression, but the manic aspects are not as severe. So my final diagnosis of her was called bipolar 2 with a severe depression on January 24, 2023. And from reading the reports of all the experts that will be testifying, no one failed to diagnose a major mental disease on the day of the crime.
Now, doctor, in the course of that diagnosis, have you considered the concept of postpartum depression and or postpartum psychosis?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors how that...
First of all,
I'm sorry. Can you tell the jurors how that factors into your diagnosis and opinion?
Yes. Ms. Clancy had a history of anxiety and difficulty with each of her children. It was minor with her first child, more significant with her second child, and on the occasion of Callan's birth, things went well for the first 3 months, but then Ms. Clancy became very anxious and depressed, and it took quite a toll on her. And I believe the jury has heard from various treaters, such as Dr. Tufts and Nurse Delata and others, and her own anguish about how depressed she was, where she actually felt she couldn't function, her brain was damaged, she would never be the same. So she definitely met the definition of a major depression as well as this bipolar phenomena. Now, with respect to the postpartum aspect, since Ms. Clancy's symptoms began within 3 months of Callan's birth, that would be considered a postpartum onset. Then, of course, she had considerable difficulty over the next 5 months And at the time of the crime itself, on January 24, 2023, Ms. Clancy was frankly psychotic. So in that sense, she had a postpartum psychosis. It's actually not frequent to have a postpartum psychosis 8 months after a birth, but it does occasionally occur. And so what I can say is whether it is a classic postpartum psychosis or not, with a postpartum onset and frank psychosis on the day of the killing, I would label that a postpartum psychosis in the sense that it was a postpartum onset and she was clearly psychotic on that day.
Doctor, when a person is psychotic or involved in having a psychosis, in your opinion, are they able to appear normal, quote unquote, communicate with people, drive a car, things of that nature?
Well, let me say there that Ms. Clancy herself did her best to not reveal the extent of her depression. She was frank with members of her own family. Her sister, her mother-in-law were aware of how anguished and depressed she was. But with more casual friends, she tended not to show the extent of her depression. I'm not suggesting that she was, although psychosis can indeed wax and wane. For example, on the day of her crime, I'm not suggesting that she was frankly psychotic every minute. She was functioning. In fact, she said she was having a better day than other days. And she actually went out and made a snowman with the kids, visited with, took Cora to a doctor for the 5th birthday checkup, and was functioning at a level that was not frankly psychotic until she had a command hallucination while her husband Patrick was out doing a couple of chores.
And can you tell us, Doctor, what, in your opinion, what a command hallucination is and how it fits, if you will, in a diagnosis of psychosis?
Yes. If we take, first of all, a hallucination is simply hearing a voice, and the voice can be benign or it can be more malignant. So a voice may just simply say, open a window. About 1/3 of voices are called command hallucinations. That is an instruction to do something. And the majority of those commands are benign. So it might be open a window, get a glass of water. It might be something much more ominous, such as to kill oneself or harm someone else. Those are dangerous command hallucinations. Now, in Ms. Clancy's case, she had not only a command hallucination on the day that she killed her children, she had what is known as a delusion of influence. That is, not only did she hear a command, but she felt that her body was taken over by an external force where she was in a dream state and did not have control of her own body. It was almost like she was a puppet and someone else was pulling the strings.
Yeah, hold on a second. Counsel?
Oh, shit. Whoa, hold on. I just read something and I would never listen. Well, I guess I I guess in addiction, I was desperate, so I sucked things. Yeah. Anyways, that was a funny fucking post. I finally cleaned out this old phone, right? It's only got so much, but I took a bunch of apps off and it's running so much better now. But ooh.
Members of the jury, I want to give you an instruction at this point. I'm going to go into this also a little bit later when I give you the full instructions at the end of the case. But you are not to consider the defendant's statements to any psychiatrist or psychologist as establishing the truth of any facts that are contained in that sentence, in those statements. All right. The defendant's statements to any psychiatrist or psychologist for purposes of evaluation cannot be considered by you as evidence of premeditation, extreme atrocity or cruelty, or specific intent to kill. Such statements are admissible only as they relate to the basis for the doctor's opinion of the defendant's mental condition. All right, and I'll go into that a little bit later. Okay? Go ahead, Mr. Wright.
So, Doctor, to conclude, would you relate your opinion as it relates to the standard of a person being lacking criminal responsibility at the time of the commission of a crime in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Well, there are two arms to the test for criminal responsibility. One has to do the defendant's ability to control their conduct, and the other has to do with their knowledge of the wrongfulness of their acts. I'd like to address each of those separately, if I may.
Sure.
With regard to my opinion is that Ms. Clancy was, due to her mental disease, unable to conform her conduct was to the requirements of the law on the day that she took the lives of her children. And let me give you the basis of that opinion. First of all, she was hearing a voice which was commanding her to engage in the killing behavior, and she did not feel any sense of control. She felt that she had to obey the instructions she was receiving. It was a matter where she was just following the command rather than being able to make any decision to do it or not. And, for example, I asked Ms. Clancy.
No, you can't say what you talked, Doctor. You can't. You cannot say what she told you. All right.
Okay. All right. I will not do that. Let me just make sure I'm covering other aspects of this. The second evidence that she was lacking control is the fact that she made a severe suicide attempt, also based on the command hallucination that she heard that day, so that she not only cut her throat and jumped out of the window, she very much wanted to die. Now, in my research on women who kill their children, I've divided the motives into 5 categories, and I want to look at how Ms. Clancy to those motives.
So tell us the 5 categories.
The 5 categories are first, altruistic filicide.
What does that mean? What does that mean, altruistic filicide?
Altruistic filicide occurs when a murder is committed out of love rather than hostility. It is an effort on a mother's part to do what is best for the child. They may believe the child is, they may have a delusional belief the child is about to be tortured in their delusional mind, and they take their life in doing what they believe is in the best interest of the children based on their delusional idea. Altruistic filicide also occurs when a mother may plan to take her own life, and in her psychotic thinking and severe depression, it is distorted, and she may believe that the child will be worse off if she remains alive. So, for example, in Miss Clancy's case, she believed that, as the jury has already heard, she was obsessional about caring for her children. She consulted with others at work to try and do exactly what was right for her children, and she believed that if Miss Clancy took her own life, her children would be in terrible shape, and in her mind, she believed that she would be doing her children a favor by having them go to heaven with her rather than remain on earth without her doing the mothering. Her mind was very distorted like that.
Okay. So if you could just tell us the other titles of the other 4 types that you were referred to. Just tell it without getting into detail if they don't apply to Miss Clancy.
All right. The second category does apply to Miss Clancy, and that is called acutely psychotic filicide.
Okay.
And this occurs when someone is frankly psychotic. They may have delusions or hallucinations. They're out of touch with reality, and rather than having...
Did you see that case with the dad? The police interrogation? And here's me. Is he putting on you know what I mean? Like, I don't, man.
An irrational motive.
It's not just
they're
mothers.
simply acting on their psychotic beliefs. So those 2 both apply to Miss Clancy. The other 3...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's right. Just give us the other 3, the captions of them.
The other 3 which do not apply, one is called child maltreatment, in which a parent may shake the child to death or throw a child against a wall in an abusive manner. The next category is unwanted child, where someone, just for their convenience, the child is a burden, and they kill the child for that motive. And the final motive is spouse revenge filicide. That is, someone hates their spouse so much that they're willing to sacrifice the child as a way to punish the spouse. And the 3 latter categories clearly do not apply to Miss Clancy. She loved her husband, respected her husband, had a good marriage. She never spanked or ever abused her child, and all of her children were wanted. In fact, she planned to have a 4th child. So those 3 categories clearly do not apply. If I can explain how the 2 categories did apply, I've already mentioned that Miss Clancy believed that a distorted belief that her children would just be miserable, and she could not imagine them continuing to exist and have a decent life without her being there as a mother. And so in that sense, she did what she believed was morally right, even though she understood that ordinarily killing a child is against the law. She believed that she was doing what was right for her children with her distorted psychotic thinking about the children's need for her. And then with respect to the second category of acutely psychotic, Ms. Clancy was under the influence of a command hallucination and idea of influence, so that at that time, rather than the ability to make a rational decision, she was so in the grip of her psychotic command hallucination and idea of influence that she lacked the capacity to conform her conduct to the requirements of the law.
Okay. And Doctor, pretty much finally, there's been some questions or allegations that Ms. Clancy did not provide information to her healthcare providers about her adverse effects of medication that she had been prescribed. Do you agree with that from your review of the medical records, or did she, in fact, tell her healthcare providers how she felt as a result of what she perceived to be the medications that were prescribed?
It's my opinion of reasonable medical certainty that Ms. Clancy was actually a more sophisticated patient than most, and she was forthcoming in conveying her symptoms. The one area in which she was not fully revealing was the area of when she had an impulse to harm her children, and that was because she had a rational belief that her children may be taken away from her by a social service agency. She had an irrational belief that if she even entered a medical hospital, that her would be taken away. So that is the one area in which she was not fully forthcoming.
Now, Doctor, in your experience, do you find that many women that are caretakers of children postpartum, after the child is born, that are having these intrusive thoughts and having these dark thoughts are in fact afraid of reporting them because of that very reason that you're talking about?
Sustained.
Yes, as a
No,
matter of
you
fact.
you can't answer that.
Phrase that.
Okay. It's also been mentioned here a couple of times that she hasn't killed herself yet, even though she's in the Tewksbury Hospital. Can you tell the jurors briefly, while she's in the Tewksbury Hospital, what are the circumstances of her confinement and what type of care is being provided to her as it relates to whether or not why she hasn't killed herself yet?
Well, Nancy, indeed, there is evidence of her going suicidality to such an extent that she is never allowed to be out of the presence of a staff member. Even when I conducted an examination of her and requested privacy, a staff member had to be present. So her ability to take her life in view of her purposes and observation is and she recognizes that, so that the reality is, no matter she does not want to live at any point, she has no choice but first to live at this time.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You have to answer some questions from the DA. Your Honor, at this point, I would like to, because I'm looking at 40-page resume, so I'd just offer that if I could.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, that may be marked.
Thank you.
I may.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Dr. Resnick.
Good morning.
In addition to the evaluations that you do, is it true that you've also taught some courses to other forensic psychiatrists and psychologists about how to testify in cases like these?
Yes, I have.
And you teach them how to answer questions and how to dress and how to appear believable and trustworthy, correct?
That's correct.
And in one of your trainings, excuse me, Do's and Don'ts of Depositions by Dr. Philip Resnick, in your course description, you state information beyond the question should not be volunteered because it will open up new areas for questioning, provide ammunition for attacks, eliminate the opportunity for surprise, and information fails to get to the jury, correct?
That's correct.
So you teach other psychologists how to hold back information in the discovery process to surprise the other side.
No, that's not it. And I'm not excited.
Now, a woman who kills her child can have more than one motive, correct?
Yes.
And actually, the most common motive for women who kill their children is fatal maltreatment or child abuse, correct?
That's correct.
And in fact, most women who kill their kids don't do it due to mental illness, correct?
That's correct.
And in fact, there's a quote from you in an article, Child Murdered by Mothers, Patterns and Prevention, where you say, quote, more filicides occur due to fatal maltreatment than because of maternal psychiatric illness, correct?
Correct.
You also have written about parents having significant emotional devastation after killing their children, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, you've written in, it's a chapter 6 of Family Murder, Child Murdered by Parents, in the aftermath section, you've written, quote, these life events are likely to prolong the parent's depression. The anniversary of the children's deaths and exposure to things that remind the parent of it are likely to be upsetting, correct?
Yes.
Things like birthdays and holidays and the anniversary of the killings would all be something that would be upsetting, correct?
They sometimes are, yes.
Now, you've written a lot about malingered psychosis, correct?
Yes.
And malingering psychosis, you can have a mental illness and your malingering could be exaggerating those symptoms or saying you have psychosis symptoms when you don't, correct?
That's correct.
And one of the things that you have written, and there's an article that you wrote called Faking It, you've written in here, quote, command auditory hallucinations are easy to fabricate. Persons experiencing genuine command hallucinations do not always obey the voices, especially if doing so would be dangerous, correct?
That's correct.
You've also given some points to other practitioners. If you, quote, if you suspect a person of malingered auditory hallucination, ask what he or she does to make the voices go away or diminish in intensity, correct?
Yes.
Because typically someone who hears a voice telling them to do something horrible like kill their child will try to resist that voice initially, correct?
That there's variability. Some do and some don't.
And in fact, the case you mentioned earlier, Andrea Yates, Miss Yates, in fact, committed herself to a hospital 5 times and tried to kill herself twice, all while trying to not kill her children, correct?
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Yes.
She had heard voices for months and telling her to kill her children. And to resist those voices, she actually tried to kill herself, correct?
Until she could no longer resist the voices, yes.
Right. But she tried.
Right, as did Ms. Clancy.
Well, according to the records and reports that we have that are in evidence, Ms. Clancy heard the voice and immediately acted, correct? According to those records?
Well,
Is that correct?
Well, Ms. Clancy had impulses to harm her children, which she did resist until the command hallucination when she was overwhelmed, yes.
But according to the records and the testimony that we've had, she had an impulse in December one time to harm her children, correct?
I believe it was on 2 occasions that she mentioned it to her husband.
And then never again after that until her kids were killed, correct?
There were only 2 occasions she mentioned it, but she referred to having those horrible impulses. So that suggests to me she was dealing with it on an ongoing basis, although she mentioned it only twice to her husband.
But she never said she had thoughts to kill her children. She said she had thoughts to harm her children, correct?
Yes, but actually, I think it's clear that to harm her children was to kill her children.
Well, in the records where you say that she was so clear in presenting her symptoms to her doctors, she repeatedly was asked if she had any homicidal ideation, and she repeatedly said no, correct?
That's right, and she didn't in the initial parts of her treatment, but by late December and January is when she did have those impulses.
But what
and
she told
did
her
not acknowledge them.
But what she told
She
her
did not acknowledge
doctors,
them to her doctors.
what she told her doctors in December is that she had no homicidal ideation. She only reported suicidal ideation, correct?
Yes, and as noted, that's very common because people fear their children will be taken away.
So it's better to kill them.
I gotta take a pause from this shit. Hold on, I need to take a pause from that. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Oh, girl. Girl. Hold the fuck on. Fuck on. I have to laugh at anybody that defends anybody on this app because shortly it'll be that they ain't defending them no more and they're like against them. So just give everything time on here. The tables turn so fast. One day people are friends and the next day ain't. Just saying. And what I said the other day, I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. But it sucks, don't it? Y'all missed the fucking point yesterday. In the clips out there. So y'all go fucking find it. It was on fucking Reddit too. And the homegirl fucking posted it. Anywho. I want to fast forward this shit.
And then to have them taken away.
The state.
You know, it's not better to kill them.
Question, stricken.
Get it, but I'm not here to fucking explain a lot of shit to you. Anyway, hold on. Alright, I put him on 5. We're putting him on 1.5.
You give pointers of what people should look for, such as patient uses no strategies to diminish hallucinations. Patient states he obeys all commands. Correct?
Yes.
You also, in a podcast, evidence entitled Identifying Malingering with Dr. Philip Resnick, you were asked about malingering, and you said, and asked about hearing voices, and you
Distortion coupled with the command hallucination, so she met the exact requirement you're referring to.
And you believe that that was her psychotic delusion, that they would be better off without her, better off in heaven without her, because according to your report, you could figure out no rational, non-psychotic motive for her to kill her children, correct?
Oh my god.
Yes.
And so, just because you can't figure out a motive, or you don't know a motive, or the person doesn't tell you a motive, doesn't mean that there actually isn't a motive, correct?
There was a motive.
But that's not what I asked you. I did not ask you about Ms. Clancy. I said, just because someone tells you that they don't have a motive, or you can't figure out a motive, doesn't mean they didn't actually have a motive, correct?
That's possible, yes.
You also state in another article, Identifying Malingering with Dr. Philip Resnick, you point out that the rapid resolution of symptoms with medication can be a red flag, as genuine psychotic symptoms usually take longer to subside, correct?
That's correct.
Were you aware from the Tewksbury records that on page 1136 it says Ms. Clancy has been clinically stable since her admission, there have been no events of affective, cognitive, or behavioral instability since her admission, and that Ms. Clancy has not evidenced any challenges in accepting and conforming to the rules and standards. Did you review that note? Were you also aware on page 1168 that it says Ms. Clancy denies that she has ever experienced hallucinatory content prior to or since that event, referring to when she killed her children, correct?
Yes.
And you're aware on page 1170, it states Ms. Clancy presents with intact reality testing and no observable symptoms of psychosis. She is actively engaged in treatment. She is able to identify possible hopes for her future, including serving as an activist for postpartum psychosis awareness and participating in a wheelchair marathon. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
I move to submit these 3 sections as the next 3 exhibits.
Any objection? Are those part of the Tewksbury records already in?
Yes.
Okay, those may be in there.
I meant, yeah, listen. Yeah.
There's no record of her crying every day.
I said it a few times, I guess.
Well, when I saw her at 4 months,
Did y'all watch the clip?
I'm not sure if she,
Did they
was she
watch
already,
the clip?
how
They
long
know
did she
what
do
video
at
I'm talking
Tewksbury?
about? Maybe they should go listen to it.
Well, I'm not aware of that note, but my recollection is that she was observed crying.
But there's no record of
she
her crying
crying?
at Tewksbury every day, correct?
Is she crying?
I have no knowledge of it.
Classy?
And you mentioned that during the interview, not getting into anything that she said, but her affect, her expressions, her emotions, you said that they were flat and blunted, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember the portions of the video where she... You
And
recall
how
her
I
smiling
said
and
it
laughing.
wasn't clear. That's what y'all been doing to me.
This is affect and
Fuck.
behavior.
That's an issue we can talk about over here.
The fuck outta
probably
here.
something best raised on the cross. I mean, on redirect.
Yeah, I can't listen to this no more because if this woman gets found not guilty for reason of sanity, she ain't never going to be released unless the judge says she's not a harm to herself or to others, and that'll never be. Yes, her flight so far, I think her flight's good. She was a little nervous. I don't know if she's landed. Is she still live? Or can I listen to this live? Fucking bitch. Bring it. What was this? Patrick Clancy arrives at court ahead of testimony in Lindsay Clancy trial. When was this from? Is he being back up as a witness? Oh shit. I don't want to miss that one. He finally moved from his spot. Point, I'll be right back. And I never, and I said what I said the other day or yesterday or whatever the fuck it was, because she said she never aligns with fucking people like she do. Fucking liar. Ooh, go. Come on, go. And people assumed that was some racist shit. I didn't. Never, not one time did I, because I hung out with the girl for a while after that. Then I left a Snapchat, and then I was exposed as a dry beggar. But I see why certain people hang with certain people. I be seeing some things clearly now. Especially that one fucking sneaky fake ass bitch. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking sneaky, snaky, sneaky motherfuckers out here. They don't hang out with me no more, though. Just saying. Some have never did hang out. A couple of y'all I never did like. But you never sat, and I never sat. So there's that. Anywho, moving on. Or maybe not. Mm-hmm. So where in the hell is that? Where is that clip at? I'll probably find it pretty quick. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's definitely fucking out there, because I was like, oh shit, there I am right in the middle fucking box. Just saying, that could be a lot of things could be perceived fucking a way that they want to perceive anything. Just saying. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. Not on that, I can't.
Other records are also important. Yeah.
Or that
The next.
Good morning. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give is
I gotta order them sharp mop backs. You can get new brushes for that.
All right, good morning,
What can I
Doctor.
do for a new brush?
Hi.
I cleaned
Just
it,
ask you
scrubbed
to
it,
keep your
fluffed it
voice
back
up so the jury can hear you.
And I love
and
my shark.
with
I just
that,
went in there and scrubbed my dining room floors because Ace made a
Attorney
mess.
Buckingham, please.
And he cleaned up the floor. And
Good
then
morning,
I scrubbed
sir.
it. That was
Good
the
morning.
quickest shit ever.
Could you please tell the jurors your first and last name?
Avram Mack.
And would you spell your name for the record, please?
Avram is spelled A, V like Victor, R like Robert, A like Apple, M like Mary.
And I'm just going to ask you to speak in a loud, clear voice. And if you need to kind of push closer to the microphone, that might help. Thank you. What do you do for work, sir?
I'm a psychiatrist.
And how long have you been a psychiatrist?
After training, I've been a psychiatrist for 22 years now.
And can you tell us a little bit about your educational background?
Sure. I went to the University of Michigan College, Cornell University for medical school. I was here at the Brigham for residency in psychiatry, and then that was followed by a fellowship in child psychiatry at Columbia University and a one-year fellowship in forensic psychiatry at New York University.
And what do you do now? What's your area of practice now?
I'm a psychiatrist. For all these 22 years, I've been serving in a lot of different roles. Currently, I'm a professor of psychiatry at Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia, and I see patients at a child hospital called Nemours.
And so you, in your current practice, have a clinical practice, and you also do forensic psychiatry. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And do you have any board certifications?
I do.
And what are you board certified in?
I'm board certified in psychiatry, child and adolescent psychiatry, and also forensic psychiatry. I had been board certified in addiction medicine by the American Board of Addiction Medicine, but they closed. So I don't know if I can still say that I'm board certified by them.
Okay. And to what extent are you engaged in the forensic psychiatry? What areas of forensic psychiatry do you have you testified in?
I've provided testimony in perhaps almost every area of forensic psychiatry, ranging from testamentary capacity of adults who engage in contracts, or appropriateness for adoption, or whether or not a person is competent, or if a person is criminally responsible.
Now, in what areas of the country have you testified on those topics?
Around the country. I'm not sure how many states I've testified in, but I've been engaged in reviews or investigations of cases in, I think, more than half the states.
And what does it mean to conduct a forensic evaluation in psychiatry?
Well, it can mean a lot of different things depending on the question that's being asked by a court or other authority. Sometimes there are statutes that you as the forensic psychiatrist need to try to answer a particular question that statute requires. Or sometimes it is a matter of giving an opinion, say in a civil case, where it's your understanding of, say, the degree of harm that the person has experienced. Sometimes great, sometimes not so great.
And you, in your experience, have testified as a forensic psychiatrist in both civil and criminal matters, correct?
Correct.
And are you aware of the difference between forensic psychiatry versus forensic psychology?
There are differences, aside from the fact that they're different professions, but they both cover mental health. There are different rules that apply to forensic psychologists in their carrying out their roles as psychologists.
Now, when you mentioned that you have done some work and testified in matters regarding criminal responsibility, right?
Correct.
And you're aware that different states have slightly different statutes when it comes to criminal responsibility.
Yes.
And so in this case, you were asked to review the matter of the Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy, correct?
Yes.
And so in order to do that, did you review the statutes here in Massachusetts regarding criminal responsibility?
Yes, I did.
And can you tell us how it came that you were involved in this case?
I was asked by the prosecutor's office to be involved as a psychiatrist reviewing the matter.
And when you're asked or you're retained by either side in a case of defense or prosecution, what is the goal of the evaluation? Are you just trying to advocate for the side who hired you, or are you conducting an independent evaluation of the evidence?
Overall.
You can answer.
Well, to answer your question, certainly the goal is to provide an independent evaluation, or one would also add to provide clarity and to say what can be said. In criminal matters, sometimes it's a very certain question that it's either a yes or a no. In other matters, it's not always necessarily a strict yes or no.
Now, in criminal matters where you were asked to conduct these independent evaluations, how do you approach it? What kind of information do you seek, or would you prefer to have in order to conduct the evaluation?
Well, generally, one starts with the statute and then tries to gather or review what information exists to understand the mental state of the person, if that's pertaining to the particular statutory question, and to understand the mental history and the mental state of the individual, and to see if that can be applied to the questions at hand.
And so what types of records are you generally looking at when conducting a forensic evaluation for something like criminal responsibility?
Well, one would certainly want to review psychiatric records if they exist. Ideally also to have examined the individual and to gather information, not only historical information from the individual, but to do, in that sense, an examination in real time. And that provides you the information.
Hello.
You land, or you haven't flown yet?
No, I don't fly out till 6:30 tonight.
Jesus, you're at the airport already?
No, I'm home. I don't have to. But the airport's 20 minutes from me. But did you see all the people that are standing outside for Lindsay Clancy? All the women
Is that? I mean, is that real?
Yeah, yeah, it's real. Yes, it is. It's real. I fact checked it. Yes, it's real. They're all standing in pink with Lindsay Clancy. Yes, women. Hold on a second.
I heard a guy said that every woman that oh, I gotta find a video. He was very controversial, and what he said was like, ooh, shit. But anywho, I was listening to that and watching Dracula's Castle. I'm multitasking. It was there yesterday. I just seen a video that he's the ex-husband's in the area. I don't know if it was an older video or is he showing up for court? And why has she got a guy up on the stand?
But
It was
people
the
also,
defense's case.
but Tekla, people also aren't getting the fact that these women aren't standing with her because of what she did. They're standing with her because she was suffering and nobody helped her. That's why. Like, we're not excusing what she did. She knows what she did. She has to live with what she did forever. If she did it, I still don't, I still have some thoughts, but keeping them to myself. Hi, classies. Lunchtime.
Did you do your presentation?
Hey, yeah.
What time did you? Oh, go ahead, class.
We out here, bitch. We out here. That's all I gotta say. And why would you not think that the crowd of people was real?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, really. Because I said it.
It's a weird question.
No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
there's a
Because
lot
I
of AI
said it.
videos
Just
out
admit
there.
it. Just admit it. Because I said
No,
it.
there's a lot of AI videos out there, man.
Just admit it. Tekla, just admit it. It's all right. So you know what they got here?
There
I'm at the
is a
gas
lot of
station.
AI.
You know what they?
I shared a literal live, a couple lives of people that attended and that were out there like in person, like, you know what I mean? I thought you saw them, sorry. That's why I was like so confused. I'm like, why would you say that it's not real?
I watched it live yesterday. It was amazing. Yeah, I didn't see none of no live feeds. I just seen a
saw
clip.
it too. That's why I said it, because I seen it, and then I just saw another video about it. Yeah, what time did you think I flew out this morning? No, I couldn't do that because Anthony's got at work.
Yeah,
and that's what they gave me.
Oh, that's right, because your time of getting there was late.
Yeah. So I'm freaking out. Yep.
I didn't know. I thought you were flying out soon because you're like panicking already.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
dude, I'm panicking because I know I have to do this, and I know I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
You being like me. Didn't you laugh at me? Didn't you say you're gonna be
I
alright? You're gonna be
that's my
alright.
karma. Yeah, because I wasn't doing it. Yeah, of course I said that. Like, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Girl, are you ever at home? Fuck.
I'm going home now. Quiet.
You're always shopping. Jesus.
I'm
fuck.
always fucking.
I was have no money in your bank account.
Do you ever get out of that seat?
No.
Yeah, I do.
No, I am off today because I'm leaving today. So, and my clients are acting
always
like
shopping.
No, I'm not. I'm actually getting a breakfast sandwich. Okay.
Okay. Does the family have everything they need to survive without you?
Oh, I expect to come home and the house be trashed. Elena's here to
The
be
house
full
be
of
trashed,
mess.
but they can at least eat.
Yeah, Anthony's there. Anthony's the one that cooks. So, I forgot to say the ankle biters here. You know, when people come at Tekla, I'm an ankle biter. Like, the fuck?
What?
Yeah, there's a troll going around.
Oh.
Yeah, saying I'm a little ankle biter. I'm not even in shit. The fuck? And when school starts, you won't see me around. Just know I'm studying and I'm not around.
A lot of
I'm
these
okay.
people don't realize that some of us have been here 4 years plus and, don't really know what loyalty is because they flip flop all over the fucking place and they don't stay in one spot too long. So, unfortunately, that's the game, baby.
Well, I'm just gonna start. I ignore it. I'm not. I gave you a little attention, but okay. You think what you want. Okay.
You are my little ankle biter. Thank you for being my little ankle
You're
biter.
welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
And newsflash, TikTok, we don't control Tekla. She does what she wants. I tried to tell her to stop yesterday, and I got dropped from a box. So, okay. Christ, man. People out here thinking we control everybody. Like, what? Tekla, stop doing it.
I'm an
Stop
individual. I'm an individual. I remember doing the same damn thing 3 fucking years ago. Can we just not? Can we just not? Can we move on? Can we? Yeah, all the things. So some people can fuck all the way off. All the way off.
Some people can't have adult conversations neither. So
Yeah,
there's that.
baby!
All right.
I got called a cunt I don't know how many fucking times.
And a whore.
Well, I mean,
You did get called a whore.
I remember.
I mean, you're a whore
That's a
that
hoe.
turned into a housewife. So that's good.
Yeah.
Whore turned into a housewife. There you go. They say that can't happen.
It
Example.
does. It's a lie. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it definitely sucks when somebody can hear something and say, ooh, yeah. And then be like, you know what I mean? Or just to say shit just for the fuck of it. Yeah, fuck you. You insinuated way too much for me the other day, girl. You just keep piling it on.
I don't know. I'm ready to move on. I don't want to give it any more attention.
Don't.
But I'm not going to let you not have your feelings. I'm not going to police what you say. You're entitled to have your feelings, and you feel it in a deeper way than we do. So.
Well, I'm gonna take some people's advice. It's people on the internet. They can say whatever they want to say about me. I live my own fucking life, and I'm happy, joyous, and fucking free.
Is TikTok going to ruin your marriage? No.
No, fuck no.
So, the fuck? You were here before TikTok, you'll be here after TikTok. It's just going to end up being another app, and this app will go away. It always happens. But MySpace is coming back. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm excited. I wish I could get into my old one.
It's the what's that called? Credibility, consider the source. I've heard so much bullshit. One couldn't get fucking one storyline for right to save their life, and I was like, and I don't even at this point don't even remember what it was, but I was like, man, you got that way wrong. But
I do.
let them get it wrong.
I do remember it, and I couldn't go up and correct it. But I guess nobody listens to me anyway, so I don't even bother.
I don't even know it. Yeah, it is what it is.
I get too much shit wrong, so I just be quiet. I don't say shit. So don't be bringing me up.
Did they find the video? Because it's out there. I just seen it. Fucking homegirl Slot fucking posted it. It ended up over on Reddit too.
So what's going on with her? Did they do the
I don't know. She got something coming up in October. She's either got to take the plea that they're offering her on the table now, or she got to go to trial. There's no more continuances.
Oh shit.
So I think the next hearing's coming up is October something, 18th, maybe 16th, 17th. I don't remember what the date of the hearing is. or the next hearing, and if she has to either accept the plea or go to trial, set a trial date. Hey, I gotta go put my chairs back. My floors are dry. Probably. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, either way, she's going to jail, so it really don't matter. Right? Is it jail or is she just being on fines and probation?
Sorry, I was on mute. I don't know really. All I saw was the first offer that they offered her was like 30 years.
Damn! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Damn!
I think that was the first deal
Dude,
on the table.
how old is Slot? She would be in her fucking, what, 70s? Oh my.
Yeah, that's probably a lifer for her. You know what I mean?
Oh my. For $1 million? Damn? That's crazy. Well, it's federal. Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
pretty
it
sure
could,
it's
and Classy, it could be
it's
more.
that. Yeah, but it's that, and I think it's the I think it's more of like all the people, the harm. You know what I mean?
The victims. Yeah, the victims.
Yeah.
And they, like I said, they probably don't even have an actual number of everything she scanned.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
I think it's more. Yeah, like I said, I think it's more of like the victims in it, and like how the victims feel in the impact statements that they've read and stuff like that, because that is what is, and plus that it's federal. It's the wire, you know, all the wire.
It's not federal though. It's state.
I thought it was.
No, the court document that I seen is definitely the states. No, listen.
It's a scam. How is it not federal?
It's state. I see the paperwork says state. But that's another thing. Like somebody I knew fraudulently wrote made fake payroll checks, went to different banks, cashed same check in 8 different banks. It wasn't federal, it was state. And I thought because it was bank fraud, you went into a bank and fraudulently went in with some checks, but it wasn't federal, it was state. Hey.
Well.
But the paperwork I seen made it look like it was a state charge, not a federal charge. And maybe I'm wrong. Shit, somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, honestly.
Yeah, the paper I see is state of Alabama. That's not federal. But I might be wrong. But I know not just because it's got to do with, stuff like that. That don't. Hey, I hope you're having a great day as well. Thank you for the tap. Thank you. What you having today?
I got a salad today. I got a tuna salad today.
100% chili. Tuna salad? Ooh, that sounds good. I might have to make some tuna fish today. Listen, that's the easiest on my system. I'm doing this down with more cranberry almond chicken salad. Well, damn, that's a mouthful. I am doing, I don't even know what that is. Tandoori style non-bites with more cranberry almond chicken salad. Okay.
Heck, I saw a new medicine for Crohn's, but I know you don't want to take medicine.
Yeah, my doctor suggested another med, an oral one, but
maybe give it a try. Can't hurt.
Okay, but shit, I had to get a liver test to make sure I could take this one. My very first medication I was on, I had to go and get a liver test to see if my liver had producing a certain enzyme, and if my liver didn't produce this enzyme, I couldn't take the medication. And I was like, he explained it at the time, and I was like, that definitely did not work. That made shit worse. I was talking about my clients this morning, and I was on a toilet this morning, and I don't know why I had like a flashback of when I was in the bathroom at work, and one of my clients got out of the house. I was trying to button that bathroom up so quick so I could get
Oh,
out there and make
wow.
sure he wasn't walking down the street. You talking about trying to pinch something off that you can't really control at that point anyways, and I was like, oh my God. He didn't go down the street though, thank God.
So where'd he go?
Just out onto the porch. We had an alarm on the door. So anytime that alarm went off, I knew the front door was open, and they were allowed their smoke breaks. But yeah. And I didn't know who went out the door. It was the other one. He never leaves the porch. The other guy, we would find him at the bar. He just wanted a beer and sex. That's it.
Oh, like most men.
He'd be like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Marco, Polo. Like, who's going out the door? Marco.
Oh my. Oh my.
So I would say the guy was interviewing some of the women that were standing outside of the trial, and there's a very mixed bag of what the women like have to say, think, feel, all the things. There's a very mixed bag of it, like of what they're actually feeling. Some are like, I'm here just because I know I had it myself and there is no support for us mothers that go through this. I didn't have support. It very easily could be me. Then there's women that are like, I don't understand what she did. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to support the mental health out of this. It's definitely a mixed bag.
Yeah. The chats that I've been, when I'm streaming and I'm watching the YouTube, the chats. When I first started watching it, the chat was all against her, and then some support, and then you see it go 50-50, and it's definitely swayed since the case has been being heard, but it's definitely yeah. I don't know. I never thought that. I've never had, but I've had the frustration of everything, and then I self-medicated, and then got deeper and deeper into addiction.
Right.
And her births weren't easy. And I never went through no traumatic births. Like everything, pretty much went smooth. But
So I had postpartum and I had looked up how to unalive my children.
don't tell this. Oh my.
I talked about it before. That's the problem, Tex. What people like you just said.
Yeah.
They're not honest. They're told to don't talk about it. Don't say that. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. And I said to Anthony one day, I was crying. He went to the gym and I was bawling. I said, I need help. I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop myself. And I got help. And I wasn't allowed to be alone with my children for 4 months.
Is there a blood test that you can take to see what hormones are off when it, like, is it like with the studies of it, the
I mean, there
intrusive
could be.
thoughts and all that, like, I mean,
I looked
what's
up an
off, what
easy
balance is
way.
off?
I looked up an easy way just to do it. So, like poisoning. Like, And
Oh
I told
wow.
Anthony that I was going to do it. And because I didn't want them, I wanted to give them up for adoption. I felt like they ruined my life. I wasn't ready to have kids. I got pregnant 6 months after we got together, and it was bad. So, but when I went to the doctor, I had already had depression in my family. So I think when I got pregnant, the hormones kick-started it, and it just was a full-blown. I went into a facility and got on the right meds, and I'm here today, and I have them, and I have a
Got the help
daughter.
you needed.
Yep, I got to have a daughter, and I didn't go through what I went through with the boys with Elena because I'm already medicated. Like I'm in a good place in my life.
And twins, I couldn't imagine that with the twins
That was
taken
another
away
thing.
from you during pregnancy.
Yeah, they took them from me right away. Like I didn't have them. Anthony's lung collapsed, so they took him at 3 in the morning because his O2 level dropped, and it was all that. And then I had to visit them in the NICU, and it was traumatic. It was a horrible birth, and I think all of it mixed in. It was just like, yeah, it was just fucked up.
I just don't want nobody run with shit.
They
Thank
can
you.
run with whatever they want. I've
Hold on
already,
a minute. Do you need
you know
help?
what?
Oh, that's all right. I don't care that the mess is out of here. Thank you. Do you need help? Listen, he made a huge mess in the house, and then said he wasn't cleaning it up. And I was like, well, he ain't, and neither am I. I'll
Dude,
help you. You made
Tekla,
this mess.
I remember walking in and he had your fucking cigarette thing and he was fucking
Oh
playing with
my.
the tobacco. And I
Yeah,
looked at Austin and I went outside. I said, I'm ratting you out. I said, are you supposed to be touching that? And he goes, mind your business. Okay,
yeah. He was showing off.
of course. Yeah.
Well,
And then when we left, they cried. It
listen,
was really
them
sad.
orbs that we didn't think were orbs were actually orbs. He put them in the water and they got big. The whole time they were really hard. We were thought they were gems or something. They were actually orbs. But then he
Huh.
smashed them all over the kitchen table and shit was all over the fucking floor. So he got down there, cleaned up all the little ones. I said, don't tramp on them. They're going to be all through the damn house now. And
I
then I
hate
got
those
my
fucking
Swifty
orbs.
on it.
Tommy said, my aunt had a nervous breakdown after her third and never came out of it, institutionalized 30 years. And Tommy said, glad you recovered, Hazel.
Thank you,
Oh,
Tommy.
wow.
I appreciate you. Thank you, babe. Yeah,
And
it's
that's the only
sad.
reason, listen to me, Hazel, that's the only reason why I said that. It didn't say that because you were saying that,
I
said
know.
it out
But
loud. It was because the assholes that fucking listen.
I know, and that's fine. But that was the problem is I kept it inside for a while, and then I snapped. And one time, my mother-in-law, me and Austin fell asleep together, and she took a nap, and then she woke up, and she didn't see Austin, and she ran in the room, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I was sleeping. Like, but that's what it was. She was scared, and I understand that. I do. I understand that.
I'm sorry, Tommy.
Even after my addiction, I wasn't allowed to be alone with them. I wasn't even allowed to have my car. Crazy. Like it was crazy. But you know what? You get better. And Tommy, I'm sorry about your aunt. That makes me sad that she never recovered from it because it's awful. The thoughts you get, I would see like into it, like thoughts of I could just drop, like I could just, whoop. And it was awful. I was crying. Oh my god, okay, I'm done. Yeah, it was awful. It was fucking awful. So again, I understand what she went through, but I still think she could have got better medical help. And their family, especially the husband, should have been heavily involved and he should have pushed for it. She should have never been alone with them ever. So, sorry. It's not only on her, it's on them too. That blood's on their hands as well. So, that's my thought.
Tommy said the doctors told her husband to keep her kids close and he took them and disappeared. She didn't see them again for 26 years.
Oh, that's awful. All right,
And
that's a
then
little extreme.
up north, Amy said she didn't
I don't.
4 months after. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Like
There's been so
the
many
time
things with
frame.
this. With this case,
Tekla would
it's
know.
crazy. It's just crazy.
Wild about this story though. She,
Yeah.
my aunt, at first she was in a rocking chair. She just rocked back and forth and slobbered, and then she kind of came around to like a third grade, maybe like mental level, if that, maybe second grade. But when we found her kids, this is before the internet and all that stuff. But when we found her kids, it was so wild because she was sitting at the dining room table, and we had one of her daughters that we had found hiding upstairs. And by this time, she was a grown adult. She hadn't seen her since she was, 2 years old, 3 years old. And when Darlene came down the stairs and came around the corner, my aunt turned around and looked at her as a full grown adult and said, "Well, Darlene, where have you been?" She knew exactly.
Oh.
Who she was.
She knew exactly who she was. And
Oh
that was
my
so
God.
wild to me.
Yeah, I have a friend
Oh
who
my
does
God.
that. Who does that rock, and he went into a psychosis and never came out. And we all pretty much, were like his guardian angel, and we'd be hanging out, and all of a sudden we'd start rocking, and it would. The next thing you know, you'd look over at my buddy, and he'd be rocking, and then I'd be rocking, and we'd all be rocking in sync with him, and then we would be like, "Rich, stop!" We'd be like, "God dang, it's driving us crazy, but stop it." But yeah, he would just start talking, and we didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Sad. It's sad when I had another friend, her mom, midlife crisis, menopause, worked her whole life in a mill, was a single mom, raised 3 boys and a girl, and one day she just didn't want to go out of the house no more. Just we didn't see her for years, and then one day she was out walking her dog. We're like, "Oh my God!" And then a cat came by, attacked her and the dog, and we didn't see her again for years.
It was wild because she was, in the place for all them years. And when my grandpa passed, I was afraid that she would never, because he would go get her and bring her home on the weekends, and I was afraid that she would never, ever get to come home again. So we actually brought her to Alabama, and I let her, like work at my shop and have a job, and I even let her, because she did remember this stuff. I let her drive my car. We'd get on a dirt road, and I would get to the side of her where I still had control, but I'd let her drive my car. I treated her like, like a human again, and so the end of her life was a lot better because she got to get out of there and live normally. And that was the one thing that about my other half, that he took that on, like we had just met, and he took that on, and she lived with us, and like he didn't bat an eye. He took that on immediately, and that was full time, like 24/7. So that's what let me know that was mine.
Wow. That's
Amy,
wild.
I think the mom testified that she didn't know exactly the precise time that she said that. Thanks, Tommy. The precise time, that date that she said it, but it was in the kitchen. She said it to the mom and Patrick, and it was mid early December. So that would be a month and a half later, because it happened on what, January 23rd, 24th. But she said it was beginning mid-December. No, listen, you didn't interrupt. I appreciate you telling us the story. I just, I didn't mean if I interrupted you. But, I just wanted to get it to the jury and be over, because there's that's all my new, all the TikTok is this case right now. And isn't somebody else's case going on right now? Tupac? Is it Tupac's trial or Biggie's trial or something?
It's Tupac's, yeah, and I was listening to that this morning while I was getting ready. They have some officers that are coming out about the cold case, or Tupac's cold case. They have a couple stories that they wanted to share. you know, now that they're not scared of the repercussion of Diddy, you know, now they're coming forward, because before it was like, you know, taboo, honestly. They were scared, terrified.
Her plea.
Yeah, like they were terrified of it.
Yeah, because I think the lawyer's shown reasonable doubt. But yeah, she testified she didn't know what day, but it was mid early December. She said more early December. That would have I would have called in the whole family, immediate family, and she would have been institutionalized or put. She would have went to the hospital because when she go to hospital a couple weeks later, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, what, a few weeks later, and only stayed few days because she wanted to come back home for the birthday party.
Yeah. So they were talking about like the wife and the girlfriend in that case, and like they were talking about some older stuff. And it was funny because like the prosecutor kept on saying stuff like, well, do you remember from your recollection? And he was like, well, yeah, it was 30 years ago or so, but I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, can you even try to, like, can you even think of, you know, like a 30-year-old case? I mean, but I guess it was high profile, so you are going to remember some things, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to
I
remember.
had to refer to my notes. And he was like, well, why'd you have to refer to your notes? I thought you were good at this case. And he was like, well, he was 30 years ago.
Crazy.
I know.
Who are they charging for that? Who's on trial? I don't even know.
I think Suge and Diddy. I think they're trying to like get that information out there. But it's Suge.
Wow. I think everybody knew that back then. Everybody had their idea
Yeah.
of who it was. Listen, that's when. Listen. Ooh, my hair on my arm stood up just thinking about that. Jeez Louise. Everybody wanting that power and fame. And the shit that they did for it.
Mm-hmm.
Power
and fame.
Where's I haven't heard from shit. What was her name? Man, I felt bad for her. She had just got signed, put a label, got a label to sign her. Was about to drop her album, and Diddy bought the record label and fucking shelved her album.
I still think Tupac's alive. I think Tupac's alive, hiding out.
Jaguar. I felt bad for that man. That bastard bought that shit out and shelved her album.
Just think of all the people like that have passed, like Aaliyah and you know, all the people that we don't really know what happened. I mean, yeah, they say that it's an airplane accident, but
that makes
really
me
know
sick.
that.
Well, look at Hayden Panettiere. Like it's just so weird that she speaks out, and now look what happened.
Oh
She's
yeah,
not the only one.
Did you see Neutrogena put out a fucking apology after she passed?
Because they got so much hate. That's the only reason they did it.
Kim Porter, yeah, poor Kim. Yeah. Yeah, nature.
Kim Porter. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get ready soon. Got all my stuff packed. I'm so excited to see my sister.
You're gonna love flying, Hazel, because you don't have to spend hours in the car, and all of a sudden you're gonna be there, and you'll be like, "Shit, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner."
I gotta download a movie to watch so I can do that while I'm flying, so I can take my mind off of it.
How long's the flight?
2 hours.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
I know. It's 10
that's
hours in a
that.
car. 11.
Fuck, that's oh my God. 2 hours
What?
too long, man.
I know. Tucker, shut up.
No, you're in the wrong fucking life if you're trying to have somebody give you comfort for fucking flying.
I'm flying the plane. It will be safe. Thank you, Goose. Your name should be Classy and Hazel's favorite Goose. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. She's flying the plane. It's all good.
Guess what I'm doing?
The problem is, I can't control the plane. I can control the car.
Yeah, but you can't control other cars.
Oh.
Like I have lane assist, but that car coming at me might not. Hate that.
Thank you, Goose.
Oh, it's pretty. That's a nice one.
What are you? Oh, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a nice tattoo.
And
Yeah,
once
that
you
would
once
be.
you color it, it plays back you coloring it. Like them was a.
Oh.
I promise them. Oh my! I don't know what I'm having for lunch today. I got some leftovers. I gotta get eaten up.
You said you were having tuna fish.
I don't. I got leftovers. I gotta eat up. Then I'll make some tuna fish.
Mm.
I got some tenders. I gotta finish up today. Every time she comes in here, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm not blocked."
Thank you, B. Betty.
Today isn't the day.
She never did nothing to me. So remember, we don't carry hate for anybody.
Yeah, and I don't fucking listen to some people's words because I heard them go "La, la, la, la," and then totally change up. So yeah, what?
All
Oh
right.
yeah, I don't carry hate for anyone.
Bullshit.
All right. I gotta drop. I'll talk to you all later.
All
I
right,
gotta
bye.
start getting my ass ready.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, you got this. Let us know when you land. Oh, that ain't. Oh, she ain't leaving out till 6. Oh my! So you all done with presentations this week? Or you still got?
No, we're all done. All good.
For now.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This next couple weeks and month is gonna be absolute hell. I'm not even sure I get lunch breaks. For real, for real.
You hear that, everybody?
I am
Get
gonna.
withdrawals. Get it in now.
I'm gonna take like. I'm gonna do like a 15-minute here and there. Mental sanity. Mental clarity check. Be working late, going early, no lunches, all the things.
Get it going. Oh my! I'm gonna go in and watch me a movie. Finish cleaning up. Well, no, this mess is cleaned up. I do gotta finish the kitchen. The freaking orbs, man! I was hoping that these weren't orbs, but I guess they was.
Yeah, the orbs I think are now like they come in salad now, so that the pets don't want to eat them or something. I forget. I heard something about that.
Yeah. What about? Yeah. Do you want mashed potatoes with it? You just want the roll. There's only 2 left. You want them both? You want me to cut them up, or you cutting them up? You liked the chicken rolls yesterday.
Nice.
The stuffing is in the chicken rolls. Thank you for bringing the orbs outside. Why is there a hair there? Drain out a little bit of the water. Princess, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Alright, y'all, I gotta peel out. I got a conference call at 1.
All right, enjoy your afternoon, speedy work day. Talk to you when you get off.
I'm sure I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. You beat Maya?
Right.
Bye. See? You got water everywhere. Ace, is this an orb right here? Can you get that? Look. Is that an orb right there? Yeah. Thank you. Hold on, Maya. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Oh, shit. Is that an orb? Fucking orbs. Get the fuck out of these orbs. I want to meet the inventor of orbs. Seriously. Princess, what are you doing? Oh my god. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna fix him his lunch and get my kitchen done up. And then I'll be back I don't know, later on. Maybe. Maybe not. Be careful out there. And we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you all for the taps, likes, gifts, and all the things. And we'll see. And we'll see. And we'll see. And we'll see. And we'll see.